Now, how do you sell? A segment which looks at the methods advertisers use to persuade us to part with our money. This week we zero in on chocolate. The average Australian eats 5 kilos of chocolate a year. It's a highly competitive $1.4 billion industry, which leads to seriously attention-seeking ads such as this.
Oh, rest! Rest! Quit your jibber-jabber. You ain't hurt. You pathetic. If I ever catch you acting like a crazy fool again, you're gonna meet my friend Pain. Snickers, get some nuts.
I pity the fool who doesn't like that ad. Todd, why do so many ads have stupid white blokes as the butt of jokes?
Basically, we're running out of people to make fun of that we don't end up in court. It's basically the stupid white male is our last attempt at comedy, really.
Well, yeah.
And in that case, in the case of that ad, the stupid white metrosexual male is easy to pick on and the choice for that piece of communication. So.
Bad luck, Will.
We could have casted you, Will.
Yeah. Here's an example of a chocolate ad aimed at the whole family.
And if a shark came up and tried to bite you, you could say, I'm chocolate, I invite you.
OK, Dan, I've only got one question about that ad. Yeah. Why are they all blonde?
Well, in Cadbury land, clearly the Germans won. Apparently the Swiss aren't so neutral when it comes to chocolate.
I don't know about you, but I find that ad particularly irritating. And the reason, I think it's packed with all the tricks. So first, the use of animation. So they're not allowed to target children, so they use animation to target adults, which basically means you get both in that market. Music. So somehow in advertising, if you sing the lyrics, it seems to be okay. It kind of lowers the defences. Because if someone said in a normal conversation, wouldn't it be nice if the world was Cadbury? You'd be clearly looking at them like they were insane.
Yeah, you'd be like, no, global warming would be a major issue.
And the other thing that I find slightly irritating about it is Cadbury only advertises basically around holiday time for kids because they know that piece of communication triggers in mums, you know, what it's like when they were a child, and therefore they buy the chocolate for the kids. It's packed full of a whole bunch of things. I find
you know, we sell stuff, Todd.
Yeah, exactly. You need to know. You need to know, Will, that I do work with Cadbury, as in I do some of their advertising. Yeah. But what Todd is saying is total nonsense. They, you get it?
No. Well, at least you have no bias.
Yeah. That's right. No bias whatsoever. Yeah. They're in the business of selling chocolate.
Do you like that?
Of course I like the commercial. It's a beautifully constructed commercial. It's a very clever commercial. It's also made them millions of dollars. Yeah. It's been a massive success for them. So
it's that song. It gets in your head, doesn't it? It does trigger that.
That's the idea of advertising. Yeah. It's supposed to work, and that works.
Wouldn't it be great if Will won a Logie? One thing you see in almost every chocolate ad is the gooey ingredient shot or the bar being pulled apart. Now, Russell, how hard is it to get that right?
See that thing? That's called the construction sequence. Well, there are specialists in the world who know how to do the perfect chocolate pour, who know how to do the perfect, you know, the biscuit coming down into the chocolate. Then goes into a computer. It's a lot of CGI used these days, where you are able to decide how fast you want the swirl to be. And then what will happen is, I mean, it's with some of the global bars, they will literally have a master reel of the ingredient shot that gets shipped around the world and used in every single market. It's like the lettuce leaf falling in a burger ad. It's like the cheese pull pulling in the pizza ad. It's like the steam wafting off the cup of soup. There are all these little tricks, if you like.
Right, it's the chocolate money shot.
It's the chocolate money shot.
It's actually easier to get them. It's easier to get it right when you don't use chocolate, because in a lot of cases around the world, it's actually brown paint. And they use brown paint because it has perfect texture, perfect colour. Because under the lights, when you're shooting chocolate, it's very difficult to get the right look.
This might have been something that happened in 1950. It doesn't happen now.
It still happens around the world.
Is there a glass and a half of full cream dairy milk in every bucket of paint?
Yeah, that's it.
No, we sold Nando's chicken, and none of the chicken was cooked. It was all Californian maple and paprika under a heat gun. It's all wood stain.
Wood stain.
Yum. The problem you've got is you're trying to communicate taste.
Yeah.
And taste is the one sense you can't get across on television. So hence this enormous amount of money, effort and time which goes into trying to make it look tasty. Because that's actually the best you've got. What I've never quite got is why there has to be that ghastly kind of moment at the end. I find that absolutely unconvincing.
Because
I don't believe that works.
Because it's television and they're acting.
Yeah, but it
That's
looks
why.
like they're acting and it doesn't convince me.
Well, it's because they're ads.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
We're breaking it down now.
That can't be your answer to everything.
Yes, it's it. It's advertising.